This episode is sponsored by Wix. Go to wix.com/go/simple history to create a website now. Why barbers have a pole outside their shop. Barbers' poles are a familiar sight today. They can be static or revolving and are colored in red and white, or in the United States, red, white, and blue. But do you know what the meaning behind the pole is? The barber's pole goes all the way back to medieval times, when barbers were also surgeons. In medieval Europe, hairdressing and hair cutting was just one of many jobs that barbers performed. Barbers could perform surgery including leeching, cupping, enemas, amputations, and bloodletting, which was the cutting and bleeding of the patient to release what was thought of as humours, blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, which needed to be in balance. It was believed that letting out the bad blood would encourage healthy new blood to replace it, and this became the standard treatment for everything from the plague to a sore throat. The reason barbers became surgeons was because monks, who had up to this point performed surgery and medicine, were prohibited to do so anymore by Pope Alexander III in 1163. He saw the function of letting blood as incompatible with the clergy, and physicians saw it as too menial. This opened up a market for barbers. To advertise their services and to remind people of their routine bloodletting, barbers left bowls of customers' blood out their shop windows. Barber-Surgeons also performed dentistry, and to advertise this, they would string teeth in a row outside the shop. In 1307 in London, this form of advertising was banned, with customers' blood ordered to be disposed of into the Thames straight away. This made barber-surgeons think of a new way to advertise their services. During the bloodletting process, the patients would squeeze a pole so that their veins would be more exposed, making it easier for the barber to cut them with a special tool called a fleam. This pole sometimes had a brass ball at the top to hold leeches, and a basin was held underneath to collect the blood. Bandages would be wrapped around the arm to stem the bleeding, and then wrapped around the pole after use. After the barber-surgeon was finished with the patient, this pole, along with the washed bandages tied to it, was hung outside the shop to advertise his business. Soon, barbers were placing a replica of the pole, painted in white and red stripes, outside their shop, instead of the real thing, which has evolved into what we see today. The red represents the blooded bandages, while the white represents the clean ones. The ends of the pole symbolize the ball that contained the leeches and the basin which collected the blood. The spiral may represent the way the wind sometimes blew the pole into a spiral pattern, or the downwards direction which arteries carry blood. When the Barber-Surgeons Company was established in 1540, the trade between barbers and surgeons was more defined, and barbers were now only allowed to extract teeth. They issued a statute that required barbers to use a blue and white pole, while surgeons had to use a red and white pole. By the 18th century, medicine was changing, and in 1745 in England, the trade of barber and surgeon was formally separated. Barber poles in the United States are red, white, and blue. One theory is that the blue represents the veins, and another theory is that the blue was added as a sign of patriotism, a nod to the nation's flag. Barber-surgeons advertised their services using a pole with bandages back in medieval times, and you can advertise your profile or business with Wix. Go to wix.com/go/simple history to create a professional site regardless of your skill level. Wix has great features to bring your site to life, such as Wix Videos, Wix Pro Gallery, Wix Bookings, and solutions for all kinds of sites such as e-commerce, music, hotels, events, restaurants, and more. Build your own website and support our channel by going to wix.com/go/simple history, or simply click the link in the description below to get started.